Hey, Jeff here, and today I want to talk a little bit about getting ready for the winter time as far as exercise goes because, here in St. Louis we have that pretty drastic change of season. Still pretty nice today, but, we're going to have some colder weather come in. And this is a time of year, a lot of times when, myself included, it's hard to get your exercise in. The foods are more comfort foods and more for warm weather, so, you want to keep from adding some extra pounds on you throughout the winter. So I like to get outside. I'm an outdoor person, especially with my exercise. I'm a cyclist in the spring and summer, part of the fall. I'm not a big winter cyclist, so I got to figure out what to do when that winter time comes around. Start doing more jogging, more hiking. But the key is, you want to be prepared to be outside when it's cold because it's not obviously as simple as just put on a pair of shorts and a t-shirt to get outside and you're fine. You want to stay warm, but you don't want to overdo it, and you don't want to get caught, with too little clothing on. We always talk about layers, for example. Something like this underneath a heavier coat or a number of lighter coats is key. Even the Under Armour type of shirt that's more of a wicking thing, you want one of those directly to your skin to you are going to sweat. It doesn't matter how cold it is. You're probably going to be moving and working up a sweat, so you need something to wick that water or that sweat away and get it away from your body. So having that first layer on there and then lighter layers in there really help to keep you warm. That's going to be the key part. And even with your legs, by yourself, you don't have to go out for the expensive stuff. Get yourself a cheap pair of thin, almost legging type materials, even if you're a guy. Have those on underneath a pair of sweatpants. That's going to make all the difference in the world. Hands. Your hands are going to get cold. And even now, I run across people. I get up early in the morning, and people that I see, one of them, if a gal was saying how cold her hands were, and it wasn't really even that cold. It had changed temperatures a little bit, but that's usually one of the first places they get cold. So get yourself a nice, insulated pair of gloves that will keep you warm even when it gets really cold. We always hear about her head. All the heat escapes to the head. I don't know if that's true or if that's an old wives' tale. Nothing against old wives at all, but you should have a hat on your head anyway. Keep your ears cold, keep your head cold, or keep your ears and head warm. Keep that cold away from there. Not much to that whole heat escaping to the top of the head, and then going down to your feet. Let's face it. Once you get moving, that blood keeps flowing. You are going to be warm to a degree, but those extremities, your feet, your hands, those are the areas that are going to get the coldest because that's where, it's the farthest point to get the blood flowing to. So having even a few layers of thin socks will help out in your feet, with your feet too. So that first thin layer of wicking material and then maybe a heavier pair of socks. And you may want to invest in a nice, stronger pair of shoes that are going to keep some of the cold out. Again, it's not like that warm weather where you don't have to worry about it. That wind can really whip right through your shoes, and that's going to make the biggest difference between having an enjoyable experience and saying, you know what, I really like being out in the cold weather because I do. You have that clear, crisp, clean air, and if you're not having an enjoyable experience with that, like you're always cold, you're not going to want to get back out and do it again the next day. And the key is consistency. We know that it doesn't. It's not just about the one exercise. It is about stringing together exercise after exercise and being consistent with it, especially throughout those winter months. All right, we'd love for you to follow this YouTube channel here. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.